Hello, everybody. Betsy and Stacy here. Hi, hi, hi. And we are going to chat about today lots of fun things. Definitely about what kind of nutrition plans and diets and programs and supplements and all this stuff is out there. We want to help you with it. And we want to like share some insight to make your life easier so it's not so complicated and not so overwhelming. Because I don't know about you, Stace, but if I were like kind of new to this and just doing research online, oh my gosh, I would be so overwhelmed by all the information out there. Because there's just
It's a lot.
too
It's a
much.
lot.
Yeah. I just feel so blessed that it's like what my life has been going in this direction for so long. So it just seems like common sense to me. And so I want to share that kind of common sense and that knowledge with you so that it makes your life so much easier. So before we get rolling, two things I want to mention. One is maybe in the comments, just write down if there's anything that you tend to gravitate towards. Maybe it's low carb, maybe you do Whole30, maybe you do a specific workout all the time, a workout program, a key supplement that you think is super helpful for your journey. Just write down anything. Intermittent fasting, keto are obviously quite popular. And we want to be able to see it. And that way, if you do comment on it, we can definitely guide you a little bit more with it.
Mhm.
Okay, so number two is that I'm teaching a class next week on Tuesday, the 30th.
Tuesday. It's
Okay,
Tuesday.
yes. Whether you can come or not, you sign up to save your spot, and that will at least give you the gifts as well. So the gifts are pretty phenomenal, where it's like all my balanced breakfast recipes of all my favorite bars in a chart and like on the go snack ideas. So just that alone is huge to just sign up for it. And you'll get access to those and then you'll get the replay as well. Cause I get it. It's life. And I do it usually in the middle of the day because I set boundaries for myself and I do not love working at night. So Tuesday is, I believe at 11:30 our time, Eastern time. Anyway, we will add the link for anyone to sign up for that. You do have to actually physically sign up. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll talk about that more at the end. So let's dive into it. Stace, let's just like go crazy right now and like just start hammering it down. What are all of them? Okay, we got keto, we got intermittent fasting. I mentioned Whole30.
What I hear a lot of is when we talk to people, what is the one where you go on like the crazy low calories and then you eat this,
Optavia.
what is it called?
Optavia?
Yeah, Optavia, yeah. It's or
Yes.
Optivia or what I don't I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
There's Weight Watchers, Noom.
Mm.
Um, we hear so many different ones. Okay, there's also a lot of restrictions. Some people do gluten-free, some people are dairy-free, some people do like more of a FODMAP kind of program. Um, there's like Nightshade-free, lectins, like there's all kinds of things that people are restricting, no
Yeah.
sugar. Um, there's
I
like,
talked to somebody the other day that makes their own almond milk and grinds their own flaxseed meal.
I mean, I give you props, people.
I was like, woof, that is
They
that
were
is
from California, right?
yeah. Yes.
I'm allowed to
I was
judge because I
like,
lived in California for 20 years, and it's not a judgment. It's like it's a love that like people put more energy into their food there.
yeah. I mean, I'm from California too. I get it, but I mean, that was like a whole other level that I was like, okay, I don't have that kind of bandwidth personally. I just
Okay.
don't personally. No, like I can't. But
Now, I think people are surprised sometimes when they work with us and they're like, oh, you take the easy way out on a lot of things too. I'm like, yeah.
if there's an easy way out, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
But if
Like,
it's like if
hello,
it's
I got three kids. I can't, I don't want to
yeah.
complain. But I mean, honestly, we do have time in general of it's just whatever is your priority. My big thing about coaching and helping our clients is life balance. And so that means I need time for all areas of my life. So yeah, we just named a ton of different kind of diets and restrictions and plans out there. So many more. There's so many exercise plans. You probably know more than me, but
Oh yeah,
whether
there's a
you have the
lot.
Peloton, there's like a whole program there, old school, like South Beach diet and the exercise plan. Um,
Well, I mean, there's so many apps
yeah, yeah.
with full programs.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so many apps. I mean, you could just go
Yep.
online and
Yep.
just
Yeah.
search for whatever.
Orange
Get
Theory,
whatever. Yeah.
there's Soul Cycle, there's like Bikram yoga, there's all kinds of different
Yeah.
exercises. And by the way, when I'm mentioning this stuff, it doesn't mean that something is good or bad. I'm just shouting out things. And there's a lot of supplements too. And some people might say, oh, so this certain supplement I live by, you know.
There's a lot of supplements.
Lot, a lot, lot.
Yeah, that's the one thing that sometimes when I talk to potential clients, I always kind of feel bad about because it's like, uh, so it's like, it's for me personally, it's like, I want to take a supplement for like something that's just like, okay, like all the nutrition and the stress management and the exercise and all that and the rest and recovery, I'm still having these symptoms. But a lot of people, I feel like supplementation is their first stop instead of like their last stop, right?
100%.
So then what ends up happening is you have all of these different symptoms that you want to get rid of, right? Like, oh man, my doctor says I have like low bone density. So I'm taking this thing, I'm taking this like
Calcium
medicine
supplement.
and this supplement. And then I'm losing my hair, so I'm taking this. And then like my joints are achy, so I'm taking this and I can't sleep, so I'm taking this. And then like I have low energy, so I'm taking this. And like they're taking like 15 supplements a day. And I'm like, woof,
I know.
that's a lot, you
I
know?
know, and some people just like really live by them, as in like they truly believe it's cool when we work with our clients because we do treat supplements as in supplementing your lifestyle habits. It's called
Yeah,
supplement for a reason.
it's in the wording.
Yeah,
They're
it is. Even myself, I can figure that one out.
not called primaries. They're called supplements.
So if we sometimes I don't always like mess around with people's supplements, especially when they believe that it's really helping them, and maybe it
Sure.
is. So it's more of like when I get them to a baseline with their nutrition, their lifestyle habits, and then I can have more fun playing with their supplements of eliminating things or adding things if
Mhm.
I think this something would be really helpful. It's so much more successful once you have your baseline. But so many people don't
Yeah.
have the foundation of their lifestyle habits really nailed down in their nutrition.
Right.
So
Yeah. So it's like you take this and then you take that and then you take the
yeah.
other. And
And
they're
diet
great.
wise, there's definitely a lot of diet supplements out there that are like horrible for you. But then there's a lot of the like MCT and collagen, and there's things that are just the
Yeah.
list is ongoing. Okay,
I'm just
so
thinking about like the late 90s, early 2000s, where you could use your weight loss supplement also as like a party pregame drug.
so true.
I had friends
I
that'd be like, I'd go over to their house. They're like, I'm like, why are you taking Metabolife right now? They're like, we're pre-gaming.
I worked at GNC back in the day, like when I was like in the very beginning of college, and I would use it to stay up to study,
Yeah.
a weight loss
Yeah.
one. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, they're like, oh, we can stay like super awake and drink and be like, it's
Yeah.
like legal
The
speed, right?
winner on all sides. Yeah. Okay, ladies, if you are like, not maybe 19 years old anymore, no, it's not good for you to do that anymore. Okay. And if you're a lady who's had babies and your hormone system's a little more complicated, do not do that. We'll
No.
miss you up. Okay, so we obviously it's overwhelming this world. I just wanted to like share some light about how overwhelming it is. And without like bashing anything in particular, I just want to be super clear that like quick fixes are might be what you're looking for short term, okay? But obviously we want to work with and we want to help people who are in this because they want to live a healthy, happy life. And and so honestly, even like today, Stacey, I was like writing a blog post about stuff, and I said I pledge to stop talking about weight loss so much because I am starting to get fed up with it, where it's everyone's mind is kind of in the gutter where we just are putting such high expectations on ourselves. It's like all about a number and then we start to lose track with like who we really are. We're not in tune with our bodies anymore. And this whole journey does not feel good. And I don't think a lot of people are happy because of it.
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, I mean, especially when you're trying everything you know to do to change the external number and it's not working, and then that really affects your like mental health and your self-worth,
yeah,
right? Because you're
yeah,
just like, and especially like because a lot of people use like a mathematical equation, right? Calories in versus calories out. It's not
yeah.
working, must not need that many calories, so I'm going to have fewer calories and expend more calories. Still not working. I'm just going to keep going until you're like eating like 600 to 800 calories a day and
Mhm.
working out and stuff like that, and it's like woof, in an attempt to lose weight, and it's really just they feel terrible. They're not
Yeah.
losing weight. And they feel not only terrible about themselves, but they also feel terrible like in their body.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like,
To me, that's the most obvious part is like you're gonna feel exhausted. You're gonna have highs and lows of energy and your day will usually end up with cravings. And you'll probably have more joint pain in your body and you'll start to say, God, I can feel myself aging. Like it's just this time. Like I just turned 50. So it's got to be because I just turned 50. I'm here to tell you that's not the reason why. It's because of how we treat our bodies.
yeah, it's
So
like selective
that's,
starvation. Like,
yeah.
like you just chose to starve yourself. Like it's just oof,
So many of our clients
rough.
are in that
Yeah.
place. Yeah, and so that's the obvious part. The not so obvious for people is like they just are like okay in this place of feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, like feeling very anxious in their bodies and thinking that it's like a diagnosis. Now I have anxiety in this time in my life. It's just gotten worse as I've gotten older. And it's not. We're putting so much pressure on ourselves to do something that's not even sustainable. So I'm sick of talking about dieting, Stace. And so the big picture that I want you guys to know about us is that we've been doing this for a long time. Like definitely over 20 years for both of us and maybe like 50 between the two of us. Like that's pretty
Ooh,
crazy.
don't you want to say 44? It's divisible by 22.
Exactly.
Betsy's favorite
And
number is 22. She's obsessed with it. It's everywhere.
I have a tattoo
If you
not
were
on
a
my arm.
basketball, yeah, do you have a tattoo? I wouldn't be surprised. If you were a basketball player, that would be like your
Oh,
jersey
totally.
number.
Totally. I get
100.
so caught when
Yeah.
my kids get 2 or 22 as their number.
22. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot of experience between the two of us, and I'd say what is become through the years, what that we shine at, what we are the best at is seeing the big picture. So if you were to even do a free consult with us, we can get to know you pretty fast and be like, we'll see, we'll hear the red flags, the alarms going off and be like, oh my gosh, to us, it's just obvious. Like sometimes you need an outsider because when you're living in it, you're just like, oh, like I can't figure this out. And I'm doing this. And it's just it gets even more frustrating. But to have an outsider be like, I know exactly why you are struggling. It is
Mhm.
really obvious why you are. We want
Or
to shine a light on that for you.
or your doctor even told you to do something that maybe is actually counterintuitive. And they
Mhm.
didn't give you any guidance on how to do it. You know what I mean? They just say, oh, well, women that are like perimenopausal, they should just intermittent fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
And it's like, no, you
No.
shouldn't. So, and then, or just anything, like, oh, you should just cut out gluten. It's probably an issue for you.
Yeah.
Great. What do I eat?
Yeah.
If I'm not
No
eating
sugar, no
gluten,
white, no, and nothing white,
great,
and really
great.
slim down on your carbs, and you'll be fine.
And
It's
then, and then it's like, okay, so you cut all those things out, but you didn't add anything back in to like feel sustained and nourished and whatever. And so now you're just like,
yeah.
all you want is carbs and white sugar and gluten and whatever.
And the big deal that I want everyone to know is like, yeah, we would love to do this free consult with you. And the reason why, I'm gonna say we love it. Like it's exciting for us, but we want to talk to people who are definitely in this stage of like, I'm done with dieting. I want to know how to do it right. I want you to give me this insight. And then there's going to be no cookie cutter plan that we're giving to you. We want, like, everyone's different. Everyone's a lot different. Even if you have the same diagnosis and you both have prediabetes, two people, one person has anxiety and is anxious all the time and a perfectionist, and then the other person is retired and has more time on their hands. And, it's like, it could be like just things that you don't even think about as being different. So
Mhm.
if like we get to know someone and really understand what's going on, how old they are, what their like history has been, how they are feeling now, what their mindset is like, and they have a family, do they work, like, and what all their like conditions are, it's gonna help
In
us a ton to figure this out for you.
injuries, like,
And mm-hmm,
you know what I mean? You can go to your
100%.
doctor too, and they're like, "Oh, you just need to do these things," and it's like, "Oh, but I have like, 10 pins in my back."
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like, oh, you can't just do those things. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I hope it's clicked a little. If what we're saying makes sense and you're like, okay, I'm seeing it's a bigger picture, and you want to learn more, my class would be the perfect next step for you. You're always welcome to set up a free consultation. That is a definite. Our schedules are limited of what's available, but you're welcome to check that out. And then if you want to learn more, my class is going to be on Tuesday. I am going to dive into kind of why a lot of these diets, how they really do affect your metabolism. Because our whole program, it's called Metabolism Mojo because we are teaching you how the metabolism works. Like you can't really just like just say, let me just give you a new plan, Betsy, make it totally personalized for me on all areas and never learn really how the metabolism works and how your metabolism, where it is on the scale and what you need to do to make your metabolism work. So we really need to dive into that. And so that'll be a big point of the my class, and I'll definitely give you some actionable steps from there. Okay, awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for joining, and maybe I will see you on Tuesday. Take care.
All right. Bye.